This small and old studio in Tel Aviv may look like a time capsule of the graphic design and art of the pre-digital era. But it's way more than that. It tells the fascinating story of Joseph Bau, a graphic designer, illustrator, and one of the first animators in Israel.
I feel that if my father comes back, he can start working. Everything is the same. We left it as it was.
Born in 1920 to a Jewish family in Krakow, Poland, Joseph Bau had a promising career as a graphic designer, a career which was brutally cut short in 1939 when World War II started. Bau was sent to the Krakow ghetto.
When he came to the ghetto, the Nazis looked for someone who knew to write in Gothic letters, and he was the only one. So the art saved his life. And thanks to that, he saved hundreds in the ghetto. Later, he turned on to thousands because he forged documents, and he did it for the Jewish underground. Now, he worked at the German police. He pretended not to know any German, and he was a spy because he transferred all the information he heard at the police to the Jewish underground.
Bau was transferred to Plaszow concentration camp, where he met the love of his life, Rivka. Their love story is indeed a rare example of humanity and devotion.
My father met my mom inside the camp, and they got married secretly. Actually, they're the only couple who got married in Plaszow. And my father got dressed as a woman, smuggled himself into the women's camp, and that's how they got married secretly. Actually, their wedding is shown in the movie Schindler's List.
Rivka, who was well-connected and appreciated in the camp, has managed to enter the famous Schindlers List of Jews saved by German industrialist Oskar Schindler. But she decided to give her spot to her new husband, Joseph, instead.
She didn't tell my father 50 years that she is the one who saved him. By coincidence, she said it, and he looked at her and said, "How come you didn't tell me? You risked your life for me." They only knew each other for 2 months after they got married. She said, "I didn't want you, that you'll feel that you owe me anything, because I did it from love." Oskar Schindler told him, "I heard you are a graphic artist. I want you to do things for me." My father said, "I don't have." They took all the case and my tools and everything. Oskar Schindler went to Grossrosen. This was another camp where my father was, and he found the case and brought it back to him. And he became the right hand of Oskar Schindler.
The couple survived the Holocaust and moved to Israel in the 1950s. Bau opened his studio in Tel Aviv. He was a pioneer designer who made some of the first animation movies and graphics for films and commercials. But in fact, Bau continued to use his counterfeiting skills.
We found out 2 years after he passed away that he was the main graphic artist of the Mossad. He's the one who forged documents for the spies. He made the documents for Eli Cohen that was caught in, our spy was caught in Syria. He made the documents to catch Adolf Eichmann and the whole team that went to catch him. Actually, this place was a cover story for his activities, and we had no idea. My sister worked with him. And from time to time, he used to tell her, "You know, why don't you go buy something by this?" He sent her on errands. She did it. She, didn't suspect anything. When we found out, and we met ex-spies who still come to us, and they said, "Tell me, do you remember that your father maybe sent you here and there?" She said, "Yes. We were waiting around the corner, and when we saw you walk away, we came."
Bau passed away in 2002. Ever since then, Clila and her sister are trying to preserve his studio and turn it to a mini museum. We can see here some of Bau's old techniques, such as handmade animation and his original desk, which he brought from Poland. However, the studio is now under threat of being torn down.
They got already the permit, or to renovate or to tear it down, we don't know. But what we do know, that we will have to leave. And we don't have another place. But the point is that we want to stay here because our father worked here and he built everything, and to move everything out, it's impossible.
From the concentration camp to working for the Mossad, the life of Joseph Bau is nothing but extraordinary. His descendants hope his legacy will continue despite the challenges.